Hello everyone and welcome back to another IronCAD tutorial video. Today we'll be going through another 2 tall Toby practice model dated 1204, the sheet metal pivot bracket. Looking at this part, we'll be diving into the realm of sheet metal. We have a thickness off of the wall of 4 millimeters, 6 millimeters for the inside bend radius. Looking at the overall length of this part, it'll be 130 millimeters, 105 for the height, and 42 for this flange here. And then we'll have a total thickness of 45. And then as we go through this part, what we'll do is we'll create everything on one side and then we'll mirror it over to the other. So let's get started. So looking at this part in itself, we'll be able to dive into the sheet metal. So we'll go to shapes and we'll start. We'll create the overall length of the part, which is 130, width 45, thickness to be 4, and then we'll convert to sheet metal. Right, we'll right click, go into part properties, adjust this thickness to be 4, minimal bend to be 6. We'll go into sheet metal and we'll actually add in an out bend, which will help us to have this inside bend radius to be 6 so that we can keep the overall 130 length. We'll adjust this stock length to be 105 from the very end to the top. We'll do another out bend here, which will create this section here to be 42 from this outside face. There we go. We can double check with the measuring tool, checking this face here to this point. One is 105, and then once again checking from this face here to this back end, which is 42. Okay. Now what we can do is we can add stock in the sheet metal part, which will add an extra stock for us here, and we'll adjust this to be 10 millimeters. Okay, and what we'll do again is we'll add another stock as well here, and this stock we will edit the cross section for. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll remove this line here and we'll adjust. This needs to be 166 from the end. 166 from the end. Okay. And this total distance needs to be brought down as well. So we'll remove these fixed points and we'll actually create 2 lines here used for construction so that we can create collinear mate to bring this down to be 105. So we'll create collinear, collinear point here, there. And then we'll create another line here. This point, I see. Okay. 1, 2. There we go. There we are. And so what we'll do now is we'll add in the center radius here. Make this to be 25. We'll remove the construction lines. We'll bring this up. All right, and so what we can do is we can create tangency, and then we'll use the tangent line here, 2-point tangent line, to bring it up to there. We'll also, once again, remove construction. You can remove construction by this line here. Okay. Next, what we'll do is we'll add the radius. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that this line here is fully fixed. Same with this line, you just fix it. We'll add a 33 degree. Oops, chose the wrong line. Here we are. 33 degrees. What we'll do is we'll bring this back, make sure that this is there, and this needs to be 105. So from the bottom here to this point, make that to be 105. Great. And then we'll once again have this point to come to be tangent as well, and to fully extend it here. There we go. All right, we'll trim this point, and to make sure that this line is there, we'll just connect them too. Okay, good. Now what we'll do is we'll add a center radius here with a total radius of 15 to have a 30 diameter. We'll click finished, which will then give us this part here. Next, what we'll do is we'll go into our shapes and we want to adjust a center rectangle. This needs to be 10 in diameter. Okay. And we need to open the cube, the triball, bring this down to this quadrant. And from this quadrant to the top of this face needs to be 17. All right. And so now what we'll do is we'll come to clean it up a little bit is we will add the extrude 10 millimeters, bring this up, bring this down to this middle point, which will help clean it up a little bit. And this is how we will get this cut as well. And so what we'll do is we'll take these two, get the triball, unlock it, bring it to the middle, and we will mirror. Okay. Next, what we'll do is we'll add these top circles here. We'll add this cylinder here. The cylinder needs to be a total of 10 diameter. We'll have the triball. We'll bring this point to this face. This needs to be, oops, not from this face, from this point. Needs to be 10. And from this point here, not from center point, but from this middle point here, it needs to be 77 divided by 2. And then what we'll do is we'll bring the triball once again, right click, link here, make this to be 25 from, and this is how we get our top holes. And then what we'll do is we'll click on this into here, add in our blend. The blend needs to be a radius of 9. We'll add it to this side as well. Okay, so this is how we get this section here. Next, what we'll do is we'll actually do a mirror. So we'll mirror the feature, this part, which would be this section, this section, this section, this inner hole, the blend, these two, this point, and not forgetting these top parts as well, but also the bottom mirror. Okay, and so our plane will be this middle point, and then we'll actually align the plane with the in and out bend. So we'll click OK, which will then copy the point, and this is our part. Now we'll go to the property settings, click on the part. We'll keep 7800 for the mass density, and this is our total mass. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Have a good one.